Well, hi everybody, it's Noreen from Organized and Creative Mom. Thanks so much for joining me. Today is the first Thursday of the month, and typically I would be live giving you some ideas and inspiration, but that just wasn't in the cards today. So instead of postponing and making you wait, I thought I'd film a little pre-recorded video so that you still get some inspiration today. So I'm going to be creating an easy, fast, and fun layout featuring the new striped umbrella punch, standalone punch from Creative Memories. And this was launched the middle of last month, the middle of May, along with the summer collection called Sun Rays for Days. But I'm going to be actually pairing it back to the spring collection, which was called Endless Meadows. And I just love this collection. I love all of the really sort of pastel colors, but they're very saturated. They're nice and bright. So I think it's going to pair really well with this fun little striped umbrella punch. So you can see that this is kind of an open style of punch. So we're going to treat it a bit like a mini cut file. We're going to back it with some of these fun Endless Meadows papers and create some unique borders with them. Now, I'm going to create a base page, and then I'm going to give you a couple of options for customizing your border, depending on whether you might want to use the umbrellas for a layout about a rainy day or perhaps a baby shower, or you might even want to turn it into something else, as we're going to do, to celebrate spring and summer. So I've got 4 strips of the Endless Meadows paper here, and I've cut them down ahead of time to 11.5 inches by 2 7/8. And the reason that I did that is so that when I stack them here, I'm going to basically create a little square on my base page, and I'm just using white cardstock for my base page. But I like this because I do always like a layer, a square layer for some of my single page layouts. And this way I have that nice even margin all the way around the page, but I get some interest because I've used 4 different strips. So again, the measurements for the strips were 11.5 by 2 7/8. And that will give you that nice little bit of margin. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere these. So my base page is ready, and I think you can imagine that this could be used for so many different layouts. So anything that you have some various strips, you can do this with. So I can imagine it for Christmas, for Halloween, for summer, for winter, for fall, you name it. Now, again, each of these strips was 11.5 by 2 7/8, so you could use up some scraps. But I do want to point out that I've got some circles cut as well, and I'll give you the dimensions for those in a second. So basically, I want to do something with these circles, so I want to have enough paper, not only for my strip, but for 1 3-inch circle, and for 1 2.5-inch circle. So you might want to have at least, 6-inch strip of each of the papers, just so that you have enough here. And I just cut my circles with my custom cutting system. I used the inside of the large circle with the blue blade for the 3-inch, and the inside of the medium circle with the red blade for the 2.5-inch. So those were really quick to come together. So now we're going to do some layering, and I want to make sure that I have some of each of the colors in each of the bands. So the really easy way to do this is to move up my 3-inch circles, just up 1 section. If you've got a pattern there that's directional, you want to make sure that it goes in the right direction. And then I'm going to move my 2-inch circles up 2 sections so that I am staggering my colors evenly, and I've got all of my colors and patterns repeated in these strips and then my circles. Okay, so now even that on its own is a really easy and fun sort of layout. I can come in here with some photo spots. I've got 2 horizontal photo spots here that I've trimmed to 6 1/4 by 4 1/4 so that a 6 by 4 photo would just fit in there nicely and have a bit of a border. And then, you know, I could put anything really on there. And I think you can guess that we're going to actually put our little umbrellas into each of these circles. So that's the base of our layout. I'm just going to move that up and out of the way just a little bit. And let's talk about the umbrellas themselves. So because I have a white background and white photo spots, I decided to punch my umbrellas out of the white cardstock. And I think this is going to have a nice cohesive look. It's going to pick up on the white. And it's really going to let those colors shine through. But now what I want to do is I want to add some color to the umbrellas. Now, when you punch the umbrellas, you're going to see that you'll get all of the little pieces. So you could definitely go ahead and pick up all the little pieces and kind of fill in the spaces. So that is a little finicky to do, but boy, you could get a great multicolored look. See, I can't even make those fit in there. So what I'm going to do instead is back it as if it was a cut file. Pull out another mat here, and I'm going to place some repositionable adhesive on the back of my umbrella, and I'm just going to set it down really on the edge of the same paper that I've used for some of my circles and strips. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my scissors, multi-purpose or micro tip, and I'm just going to kind of cut around and cut behind. Doesn't matter how neat it is, so that the yellow fills up the space in each of the stripes. Okay, so on the back it just looks like a little sort of half circle. But now that's a really easy way to fill in the umbrella. And the nice thing about doing it this way is that now I can add a foam square to the back, and I can make this really sort of pop up. I couldn't add a foam square. Well, I guess you could, but you'd have to cut them very, very small there. So I've gone ahead and created a little filled umbrella in each of the colors and papers that I used on my strips. And remember how we moved the circles along so that there would be a different circle in each sort of layer or band. We're going to do the same thing here. So for this particular one, we need purple. That will kind of add up and fill in so that we have all 4 colors represented. Here we need yellow. Here we're going to need the green. And here we're going to need the blue. So now we have all 4 of the colors or the pattern papers that I used in the strips represented in the little border as well. So that is so much fun, and I think, as I mentioned, you could use this for a summer layout. These could be, you know, beach umbrellas. You could use it for a baby shower or a wedding shower by varying up the paper, or it could certainly be a layout about some spring showers or rainy day fun. So that's a really fun way to use these little umbrellas. So that's one way you can use them. That's one choice I'm giving you here. I'll just leave them over here because they're so cute. But when we look at the umbrella shape itself, a lot of different creative gals look at this and say, oh, I think we could make this into a whatever. And I've seen lots of different ones on some of the CM websites. But one of my favorite ideas to do with this is to create some butterflies. So these are really, really cute, and I think that these will give your layout sort of a whole different look. So I'm just going to pop them on here, and then we're going to, oops, that one's coming apart a little bit. Then we're going to go ahead and make some. But I think you can see that the wings of the butterflies are the sideways umbrella tops, and we're basically just going to take 2 of those and create our butterfly. So let me just bring this back here, and I've got 2 umbrellas this time. Let's fill them with some of this purple. So again, we're going to do the same thing. A little bit of repositionable adhesive. And we're just going to put it right on the edge. I'll put it up here actually. Just on the edge of some paper. So again, this is a great way to use up small pieces. And then we're just going to go and cut behind the white umbrellas to get our butterfly shapes. So now I have my two little filled umbrellas. We're going to carefully cut off the handles, and I'm just kind of echoing the curve of the umbrella body. Then we're going to add a little bit of adhesive right onto the little top of the umbrella. And instead of putting them together just side by side, we're just going to kind of angle them just a touch so that it appears, even though they're the same size still, it appears that the top wings are a little bit wider, just like you'd see on a butterfly. And now I'm just coming back to one of the umbrella handles and just kind of trimming up the corner just a touch so that I can use that as the little skinny body and head of my butterfly. And there we have our sweet little butterflies. So whether you choose to do single umbrellas, open umbrellas, make something else out of the umbrellas, I think this basic idea of creating some layered circles for your punched embellishments will be something that you can come back to again and again. And of course, if you've got vertical photos, you can just turn your border so that it's at the top or the bottom of your layout, and you can use that as well. So I love that. I love how quick and easy that was and how versatile it is. Now, in terms of embellishments, I probably wouldn't add a lot more to this. I think I'll come back over here to my Endless Meadows stickers, and I love these word stickers down here. So when I have the umbrellas on there, maybe I'm going to make a spring showers title, and for something like this with all of these beautiful butterflies, you know, I might have something like blissful nature or hello nature, something like that, sweet nature. So just adding a couple of little words you know, to one side of the layout. You can certainly add something like the take a stroll or sound of spring. Any of those would be good. And then you can always just add another small piece of white cardstock for journaling, or even journal on some of the lighter colored papers. So I'm going to adhere these all together. I'm going to pop those cute little butterflies up and off of the surface, and I will be sure to share a picture of the two final layouts, one with the butterflies and one with the umbrellas at the end of the video. So thanks very much for joining me for this pre-recorded OCM Live for the first Thursday of the month. And I will be looking forward to seeing some of you who are Creative Memories advisors next week at the Creative Memories Conference. And I'll see also many of you this coming Saturday for our Scrap Your Stash Saturday crop. If you want to crop with me every month for about 6 hours, I invite you to check out the link down below and register for the SYS 2022 Scrap Your Stash 2022 course, where we get together once a month for about 6 hours to make some really fast, easy, and fun layouts. So thanks very much for spending some time with me today. Even though we weren't together live, I've enjoyed sharing this quick and easy idea with you. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you'll join me in about 2 weeks for our next OCM Live on Facebook and on YouTube. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye-bye for now.